Every hour, every minute, and every second, you're actually getting closer to your specific person. And there's actually two things you can do today, right here and right now, to make the next minute the minute that your specific person reaches out to you. And the first one is going to be getting detailed, so knowing exactly what you want or what you need with your reality. And the second one is something called the law of reversibility. So to begin, we're going to talk about getting detailed. So check out this quote by Neville Goddard. He wrote, "To pray successfully, you must have clearly defined objectives. You must know what you want before you can ask for it. You must know what you want before you can feel that you have it. And prayer is the feeling of the fulfilled desire." So before we can do anything, before you can be with your specific person this month, this day, in this next minute, is to know exactly what you want, because that's the only way in which we can produce the state that's going to achieve exactly what we desire, because we know we just need to get into the state of feeling as if we already have it. And so getting detailed is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And this isn't something new that I've talked about on this channel, because without that clearly defined objective, we don't exactly know how to act in our reality. If you don't know exactly what it is that you want, or know which outcome, which state, in which reality we're manifesting, then how can your body and your subconscious react in a way that supports it? You're going to walk through your day-to-day life not actually fulfilling a sense of being what you want, because you don't exactly know what it is that you want. So even when we think about the holidays with your specific person, have you imagined it? How do you picture or imagine the holidays going right here and right now? Do you imagine New Year's? Are you spending it with your specific person? And I know this might sound very strange, but once you have this image within your mind, it's going to have contained within itself all the means for expression, because that's what the desire does. And that's not something new that Neville Goddard has been talking about either. When you desire something, it means that you are meant for that thing. And just by desiring, imagining, or picturing being with your specific person for Christmas, for Hanukkah, for New Year's, for Kwanzaa, whatever it is, imagining that is going to create the realization of the desire. And it doesn't have to even be a holiday. It can be anything that you want, but if you want it right here and right now, just make sure it's associated with something that is occurring right here and right now. Because when you begin to imagine what it is that you want and you feel it to be true, your reality is going to give it in the exact way that you imagine it, or even better. So if you're living in a place where it's snowing, or you celebrate Christmas, you can imagine waking up to your specific person on Christmas, and that's a mental image you want to hold and connect the idea, or make it very obvious that within your imaginal act, you and your specific person are together, and it is Christmas of 2024. But the second thing that we also need to do in order to create the outcome we want is something called the law of reversibility. And I have another Neville Goddard quote I want to check out today. "It does not matter what it is you seek in prayer, or where it is, or whom it concerns. You have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth of that which you desire to see manifested. When you emerge from prayer, you no longer seek, for you have. If you have prayed correctly, subconsciously assumed the reality of the state sought, and by the law of reversibility, your subconscious must objectify that which it affirms." So Neville Goddard again explains it doesn't matter what is happening in your reality. It doesn't matter the distance. It doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't matter who is involved. If you assume it to be, it is going to be your reality. But he also talks about that concept of the law of reversibility. And I might even make a complete video talking specifically about this, but I think I'll be able to tell you everything you need to know in this video. So the law of reversibility states that if you are with your specific person, what feelings would you have? And you would say you'd feel loved, you'd feel happy, you'd feel abundant, you'd feel positive, you'd feel a lot of positive emotions. So the law of reversibility states if something were to give you specific emotions right here and right now, then feeling those emotions will also create the objectified state that had caused those feelings in the first place. So again, just to repeat, it means if you would be happy, loving, and abundant when you're with your specific person, then it means by feeling happy, loved, and abundant right now, you must also create and manifest exactly what it is that would cause those feelings, which would be being with your specific person. So it's just something to think about. And again, the second action that we can do or the technique we can do in this moment to create the outcome we want, along with getting detailed and imagining that end state. So being with your specific person for the holidays, but to also remember the law of reversibility, focus on the feeling it is giving you instead of the physical actions. Because even Neville Goddard wrote, or to point out a specific part of that quote, wrote, when you emerge from prayer, you no longer seek, for you have. So you can't seek, you can't try really hard to go and get something you feel as if is already yours. So that's where the feeling is going to actually produce from it all the need and desire and actions that are going to create the outcome for you. And as well as this, I wanted to include a success story that shows just how easy it can be. So this person commented on my video where I basically stated I was going to manifest for everyone viewing, and they wrote, update, I got an I miss you text this week. Next will be the date and conversation of taking it to the next level. I feel that it's close. Kyle, keep on manifesting for me. So think about that intention. The feeling is what is created when I mention or talk about a video of manifesting for you. I'm not only helping imagine or see you as the version of yourself that already has what you want, which Neville Goddard would do for other people, but you also sustain or create a feeling of conviction within yourself. And that is really all you need in order to create the outcome you want. Everything else is just circumstances or beliefs that are getting in our way. So just as easily as you can assume the state and use the law of reversibility in order to manifest what you want, it can be as easy as literally watching this video and sustaining or getting into that feeling, or imagining that I'm seeing you as the version of yourself that already has exactly what you want. That's what's going to create the outcome. But also, I can't explain enough how getting detailed is one of the most important things that you can do, because without knowing exactly where to go, what to do, and how to feel, right, you can't even get into the state of feeling. You don't know what to feel if you haven't already imagined or gotten detailed about exactly what it is that you want. So take some time and do this. And this is honestly something that helps everyone manifest, and I talk about all the time because it's so easy to do, and it can quickly, so quickly get you into the state of already feeling as if you have what you want. So take out a piece of paper, sit in a chair, start imagining, start journaling, just start thinking about or contemplating exactly what you want. Because that's what I talk about in a previous video about contemplation. When you're contemplating exactly what you want, that's how you create it. Right? You start to think about what if, because right now, anything that you feel is in your way is just connected to a previous state. And so if we're able to switch that, start contemplating the positives, you realize your state will change, and thus the ability to achieve what you want then becomes a million times easier because you're in the state of actually achieving it. You cannot see, I will say this 100 million times, you cannot see outside of the state that you are already in. I'm going to say it so much because it is so important, and we usually forget about it. So use these two things to make the next minute the minute that you're specific person reaches out. Because honestly, why can't your specific person reach out to you right here, right now, today? There is nothing limiting it except ourselves. If you did have any questions, make sure to comment them in this comment section below. And remember, you can also reach out to me personally if you want to send me a personal question at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Also, just wanted to remind everyone as well, for all of my members, we will be meeting Friday for a weekly seminar so you can manifest your specific person before 2025. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and I can't wait to see you in my next video tomorrow.